Is a demo of a software tool I made for helping find reviewers for academic papers. This is where it's hosted. It runs straight off your web browser. There's no database or anything like that. So the way that it works is you paste in the text of the paper you want to find reviewers for in this box. So here's a paper I grabbed from EDM of, I think, 2020. I'm going to start off just putting in the abstract. And you can try it with different amounts of text. And then I'm going to hit Get Reviewers. So if we go back here and we just look at this paper, we can see, unsupervised, MOOCs. So those look like some keywords. Graph, basically precedence graph, nodes, clusters, clustering, right? So we can come back here and see what keywords were found, and we see courses, clustering, MOOCs, prerequisite, cluster, instructors. Oh, look, precedence graph. Oh, look, I found the paper. So that paper was in the model, so that's hilarious. And so on and so forth. So, these keywords look pretty good. If we had used the entire paper, we might have more noise. So let's take a look at that. Come back up here. And particularly, you can get a lot of noise off including the references, because they tend to drift out from what the paper is about. So you can see here we still have clustering and MOOCs and stuff, and now we have some more general stuff like et al. That's a junk keyword. Machine learning, learning objectives. You can see here we've got many more features, or keywords, sorry, than before. It's really not too much worse. There's just a little bit of extra junk. And we can also do the same thing, but prune off the references and try it again. Okay, I think it ran, and it ran so fast I didn't notice it. Try that again just to make sure. Okay, great. And so you can see it actually didn't change the outcome very much. There's still some junk in there. So, it might be worth running it first with just the abstract, and then if you don't like what it's coming up with, put more of the paper in there. There's something else you can do here, which is kind of neat. If you've got a list of people who are like your editorial board or your program committee, and you want to restrict the search to just those people, then you create a list of their names, first name, last name. You can notice here there's no initials. And I also, there's some issues here with accents. So if you've got people who have accented names, you might want to put them in twice, once with Unicode and once without. So those are now in this box. So when I hit Get Reviewers, I can see restrictions, right? So here's Tiffany Barnes, here's Francois Boucher, Tiffany Barnes, Francois Boucher, and so on and so forth, right? So these are just people on, this at one point was our editorial board. I think it's pruned now. Restricted just to them, right? So that's basically it. If this is something that you're interested in and you want to modify it, it's on GitHub, and you can come and create your own reviewer finder for your own area. This is currently populated with AI in education and educational data mining. But to create your own, you would basically need a bunch of PDFs from your domain, like people who were potential reviewers who wrote papers, right? You would take PDFs of those papers, and you'd create a data model. And so this has a Jupyter notebook for doing that. And then you would take that data model and you would basically just put it into this website that we just looked at, and that's what this JEDM reviewer finder is. So you can just fork this and mess with it. All right, and that is it.